You got more of your fan club ahead.
Holy! Jesus!
What's up, fam? I hope this video finds you all well and in good spirits. Wanted to talk today about the new Fast and Furious movie, Fate of the Furious, or F8. It's got a few different names. Went to see it yesterday, and it was a really fun action film. This is kind of like a review, but also like a little bit of a complaint. I'm no movie critic, but let's get into it. The movie is a fun action, makes absolutely no sense logically kind of movie. It's morphed into a car scene movie and a car gearhead movie into totally about, it's like a mix between a Marvel, James Bond, DC comics, superhero, fantastic something, all morphed into one.
I thought this was gonna be a street fight.
Is that a torpedo? Take the wheel. What? This is crazy!
But I believe that they did get away from the core formula that made the movie so good when I first saw it as a kid. Paul Walker in the beginning of that movie with that crazy awesome body kit, Eclipse, and the Evo, and the Supra, and of course the American cars that Toretto or Vin Diesel would drive were just, it got you excited to leave the theater and just enjoy and appreciate your car, your modified car. Which is, it has gave birth to a lot of people like myself who, when movies came out, I was in high school, were just kind of justified but also more excited because the movie was shining a light onto a whole community, the car community, the aftermarket community, that was not given that mainstream understanding before. It's become more about the characters than the cars. I remember when they first started, they were talking about what's in the car, the engines, the power. Everyone knew NOS, you know, like, oh, it has nitric oxide and it's so fast, and it became about the specs. What does the movie do good? The movie does good is it does great action, great fight scenes. There's a fight scene in the prison, and there's a fight scene with a baby and Jason Statham, which is just, it's worth the price of admission.
I will beat you like a Cherokee drum. We about to go on like.
Back to what's missing from this movie. First of all, first and foremost, you know, Paul Walker's not in the movie because obviously, sadly, he passed away. It's sad to see him not there. So does the movie still work without Brian? Not like it's an obvious glaring emptiness, but it's the first time without him. And the movie does a funny job because they act like he's still alive in that universe, because there's a scene where they actually talk about Mia and Brian and bringing them into this new fight against Toretto and this whole situation. It's great action. It's just not about cars anymore. But the most important and significant thing for me, just because this is my bias, is there's just no Mustang to be seen in the Fast and Furious movies. I know there was one back in the day, and they actually crushed it between two trucks, which was like... Ooh, you know, I like all cars. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, why is there so many Dodges and not enough, you know, Mustangs? But you know, there's a whole community of Mustang lovers like myself who love to see Mustangs in movies. And Mustangs have been in a lot of media, don't get me wrong, but I would just love to see a Shelby GT350 on the big screen doing all kinds of cool stuff with the way cinema can really accentuate the exhaust and do some fun stuff. Actually, I thought the Demon didn't get enough love in this movie. I mean, you saw a little bit. You can see the Demon on the seats, or you can see the Demon like logo, but the Demon should have been gotten some more love, I thought, in this movie. But there's no Mustangs. Of course, there's no Paul Walker. There's not even enough car talk, and it's just more about the characters. It's turned into less of a car community guy like myself movie into a total action, fun for the family clique, and cars are just more of a extra. They're not really the main point of the story, which is what I thought Fast and Furious had turned it into, with just strictly car chases, the car, the driver, what each car possesses and what it has, into, you know, what we get. Is the movie that bad? No, the movie is fine. I think it's a fun movie for the family. I wouldn't take little kids to see it, but, you know, teenagers and people can see it. I hope there's another movie, or they can go back to their roots and bring back just about what cars are about, and then not just like showing cars and like girls just dancing around them, but like they used to talk about like the mods. They used to talk about what cars can do, and 10-second cars, and quarter miles, and the under racing drag scene, and the underground racing scene, and, you know, different car clubs and communities. Now, you know, there's a disconnect. You're disconnected to the film. It doesn't feel the same. I'm a Mustang fan, so I'd love to see Mustangs more in there, but I'm sure there's some kind of thing with Dodge, and I don't even think the Demon and the Dodge were in the movie enough, personally. A kind of fun action movie with a bunch of cliche lines and some really good fight scenes. The fight scenes are the best. I think the fight scenes are better than the car scenes. I would go see it. Transformers has like the Chevys, you know, like they had the Camaro in there, and they had this concept Corvettes, and Fast and Furious has a lot of Mopar. So I wonder, I'm sitting here just wondering what the next movie is going to have the Mustangs in. Yeah, it's definitely missing Paul Walker, definitely not enough car stuff, definitely no Mustangs, and sadly it's not about the cars anymore, it's about the characters. Alright, y'all, you know it never ends. Peace.